Hey, so take two. This is Tom Lando, and I'm trying out for the first time, really, live stream on YouTube, and it's just to try out because I am doing this terrain piece, and it happened to be in front of the computer, and so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm hoping to do streams where I paint these little model guys, and then I may do streams where I do the terrain for those as well. But the terrain, I usually have to go through a lot of different rooms and stuff, so it's not much to watch. Just see if I can go. So currently, I am working on a wrecked wall for some French Foreign Legion desert troops that I built and painted a while back when I didn't have any intention of doing this. And again, this is just sort of a test run. It's been giving me some trouble. The wall pieces I've got them all on a sprue already painted out. As you can see, they come in a bunch of different shapes and sizes and combinations. The trouble is they're not gluing too well, possibly because they are already painted. Kind of hard to say. Also, the base is like crazy dirty with terrain right now. I tried to, as you can see, mark out little spaces with a pencil where I was going to put the wall and the figures where their feet would go. But yeah, it's hard to stick with the pencil marks. It gets real messy, this grit and gravel everywhere. And also the base is painted as well, because I have an older model over there that I didn't paint the base, and it looks bad. It's basically like there's grass on it, but one of the guys is like stepping on a spot of white void, and it bothers the hell out of me. I wish I could fix it without potentially screwing up everything else on the model. Anyway, I'm going to need some extra equipment that I did not intend. I'm going to be right back. Let's see if anybody wants to watch this shit. Is there no link for this? What? Oh, wait, here it is. Let's see. I'm gonna send this to somebody, see if they'll watch it. Work. I need a thing. I need pliers. I need clippers, whatever. Sneaky gets you nowhere. Oh boy. The light's even working. Anyway, I got the clippies. No, this is fine. It's basically all taken from my dad. And my sister's downstairs watching The Good Wife. The Good Whiff. I've been watching The Good Whiff lately, by extension. And so what I'm doing is just cutting I've got basically this side of the sprue is what I'm going to use for this wall. I've decided kind of arbitrarily, but I don't want it to get too ridiculously overwrought. I'm not building a whole structure. I'm just building a wall for this piece. Right, so the good whiff. The good whiff is very good acting. I'm not so sure about the writing. It's not as insane as How to Get Away with an Emmy for writing nonsense, but yeah, like I watched an episode the other day and it ended and I did not know how the court case had ended, which you'd think is important for a fucking court drama. If indeed that is what it is. I don't know. So, not a lot of space to work with. I'm still very unsure about this base, to be honest. It was initially having troubles. There's like a layer of plastic card over a clear plastic tile, as you can probably see. And the layer of plastic card didn't quite glue right, and I tried to fix it, and now it seems to be rebelling to that effort. So that is frustrating. And then, like, I've clearly got loose bits of terrain on here, which is also bothering me. But I'm thinking that when I finish putting these pieces on, I'm going to do another run at the terrain, which is basically pouring all this gravel and dust on and applying glue as you do. Fuck, that's not getting in there. I wonder, I'm probably gonna wreck some previous work. Fuck. But here comes a goblin. Oh, snap! Snapple dapple. I want an apple. Snapple dapple. I want an apple. I just made that up right now. It's an exclamation worthy of when you fix something at the risk of breaking it again. They say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But this need to be fixed, and it may have broke in that effort. I see just the glue brush is moving things around, and I really don't like that. It's all too loose. And it's not like I'm being terribly impatient with this terrain, the glue or anything, because I slept like, I don't know. I slept some amount of time before. I slept a night's sleep before getting back at this, and yeah, now I'm already ruining everything. I spent a fortnight's rest, letting it cool in the breeze of the dungeon. Dungeon breeze. That, my friends, is Wampus breath. If you feel a breeze in a dungeon, it's either dragon's breath. Well, no, then it probably is super hot. It's super hot. So that rules that out. If it's not super hot, if it's just warm or even cold, you may be dealing with a grue, which you will never lay eyes upon. And anyone who attempts to draw one is kind of missing the point. Or a Wumpus. Well, most people have forgotten the Wumpus, but I have not forgotten the Wumpus. Let me tell you. The Wumpus. If you dared face the Wumpus, you'd be dead. It's the reality of it. Kind of like the Gru, only you can kill the Wumpus. You have to do it at a long range. He has to effectively not know that you're about to kill him. So the Wumpus's maze. God, I should probably explain. This is an old one of the first video games ever. Hunt the Wumpus. And it works kind of like Minesweeper. It's just like the logic of it. You're moving through a maze that's like sections. Each section of the maze, each little spot that you move through, will have turns and stuff, but you don't know which spot the Wumpus is going to be in, or which spot a deadly pit is going to be in, or a bat that's going to carry you to somewhere else in the cave somehow. So in terms of hunting the Wumpus, you have to move to these spots, and then if you think you know where the Wumpus is, you shoot an arrow from your spot to that spot, if you can manage it. But anyways, if you watch Ahoy's Nuclear Fruit on YouTube for your very convenience, you can learn all about this fantastic game that I'm talking about, Wumpus. You can see some gameplay. It's about as good as it gets these days. What's a game that you would never see gameplay for, or screenshots? I guess thing is, I think Steam is selling text-based adventures, and you can see screenshots of the interface before you buy them, which, I mean, I guess if you got a good-ass screenshot to show of your text-based interface, why not? That good-ass text-based interface. Oh, the good whiff. Oh yeah, there was an episode. This guy was mad at his mom. Took naked pictures of him when he was a kid, and then put him in a museum because he was an artist. And at one point, they were like, "Well, we can argue that they do not have the right to publicity for souvenirs that bear the likeness of the naked child at the gift shop." And they were like, this mouse pad with this child's face, who is a nude model in a work of art, this t-shirt for the exhibit with this child. What the fuck? Does that shit actually happen? I feel like I just tend to assume that The Good Wife takes place in this absurd world with this maniac pay-to-play legal system called the United States. That was political. You ever try to get political there? This is really fighting with me. Have a little brick missing there. That could be neat. That could be a neat little thing. Or I could just fill it in. So maybe. Okay. Here comes a goblin. Oh no. Playing a lot of shitty free horror games on Steam lately. You heard about this? You ever play one of these? Pretty shitty. Pretty shitty. This is gonna be a fucking tricky maneuver, man. This is going to be a sort of glue artificial brick Jenga, which doesn't sound hard. But when the glue is not setting the way that it normally would with these plastic models, it's actually much harder than you would think playing this Jenga with glue. Fuck, this is a disaster waiting to happen. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Kind of messed up the paint, all that glue, but I think that will pay off in the long run. That is going to be a tricky fit. Look at it. Look at it. It'll work. I'm telling you, it will work. It will work. Just look at that. Look at that. Oh, no. Do not fight me so. Oh. Probably shouldn't do stupid voices so much on my stream. Good thing this is just a test. Maybe I'll just leave it kind of fucked up. Yeah, that kind of works. Oh, yeah. I guess part of it is watching The Trip with Rob Brydon and Steve Coogan. I've just sort of got this stoned persona in my mind, doing funny voices like Rob Brydon pretty much whenever, just very freely. I think one of the messages of that film is you can do that. It's okay. Ain't no law that says you can't live your life like that. This is not staying in place at all. It's so loose. It is so loose. How loose is it? It's quite loose. This wall has a bit of a weird tilt to it as well. I'm not sure if that's a good thing either. Fuck. Just realized I was gluing a part that not need gluing. It's a waste of glue is what it is. Talking to me? Who are you texting at? Can you see my messages on the YouTube? Oh, shit. Yeah. I see them all. This is amazing. OMG, Grandin. Oops, that's my old account. Okay, been watching on my phone. Snapple Apple. But you can't type messages on phone, so now I'm at the computer. Yeah, do stupid voices more. All right. Yeah, okay. Look, Jess, I'm doing that thing that you do. I'm streaming. Twitch. I could be on Twitch. I guess this is like I think Twitch is supposed to be the more legit way to go, right? Like, I am only condemned to do this on YouTube because I cannot get OBS on Chrome very easily. Although there is a very helpful video. There's a very helpful video on YouTube that is like this guy explaining how to stream on a Chromebook and how easy it is and whatnot, and that's helpful. But the guy lives in I don't know, that he is in a very desiccated building by the look of it, and really wonder, is that another goblin living in another dungeon, reaching out to me? I am gluing this so furiously because I have no faith in its ability to hold together. Oh, got a bit messed up here. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Come on. This is frustrating. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Let's... Yeah, I feel like when you say... Yeah, it's pretty crazy, actually. This is like... It's working really well, considering the number of things it can't do. I was gonna say something. I think I fucking lost it. Ooh, come on. Right. When you said you're not in a zoo way, in a cool way, I think that's like, if it's in a zoo way, it's like, in a zoo way is amusing, I think. If you say amusing, then I'm like, what, I amuse you? Like a clown? That's not Joe Pesci, but that's his line. I don't know what character I was doing. Like a clown. Ice-T. You know who it was? Is Ice-T, sort of channeling John Mulaney, channeling Ice-T from SVU. You mean like when somebody smokes too many cigarettes? When somebody gambles too much on the ponies? You're telling me this guy gets off on little girls with pigtails? That was decent. That was not John Mulaney. I think John Mulaney does it better, but, you know, that's a good bet. Yes, Ice-T. He's a pedophile, and you are a detective in the sex crimes unit, so this should not be a shock to you. As if you're watching my stream. I wish I could give you points. That's what life is about. I should actually see if I have any more friends who want to watch me glue things. Oh, what if this was just a glue sniffing stream? What if I did all this just to, like, lead up to, like, yo, by the way, legalize glue. I've got the window open. I didn't just kill my brain there. Take a break and try again. Notice you, senpai. I noticed you got, yeah, take a break. Yeah, see, like, I think there's a severe limitation to what, like, YouTube will, even relative to Twitch, which will still tell me stop saying haha so many times. But, yeah, you know, it's funny. So Polygon had this interesting conundrum recently where they were doing a weekly stream, Gil and Gilbert. It's quite good. But it's like the notification system for YouTube sucks so much that, like, it was causing people who were subscribed to Polygon to unsubscribe because they were getting so many notifications for these live shows that they were missing. Like, you get the notification, but it would be late. And then, anyway, point is, they moved their stream to Twitch so that it would be less of a burden on the site's YouTube channel. But then, their two best dudes on the staff, arguably, Griffin and Justin. They're most beloved, the famous ones. They doing whippets on stream. That's fucking amazing. I wish I had the means to do that stream. But yeah, Griffin and Justin have left Polygon because they don't have any fucking time to do it anymore. And I think people are just unsubscribing from Polygon anyway, because a lot of people were only in it for the Griffin and Justin show, which is not a show. It's just like what they were there for, you know. Porygon. He's the one that gave all the seizures, isn't he? I heard this Pokemon gave a seizure. Ah! Remember the 90s? Remember the 90s when he had seizures? Nobody has that anymore. I guess I shouldn't, like, bite the style of another YouTuber on YouTube, eh? What if I get caught? What if I get copyright muted? Whatever the fuck. God, this is an irritating piece. Why won't you fit? Oh, you know what? It's because this will snap together if I force it. Famous last words. Yeah, here we go. I just fucked up like a ton of work I just did, but it was worth it to solve this Da Vinci Code that was, I could just use mechanical adhesion. And the plus side is that some of this paint is finally wearing away so that the cement actually might touch plastic, which is what will actually stick. This is going to be another one that's like not fun to make hold. Oh boy. Well, this is an interesting wall. I mean, it's definitely fucked up. Let me tell you that. Da Vinci Code. I wouldn't. What wouldn't I? I wouldn't crack the Da Vinci Code. Just watch me. Oh, you wouldn't get copyright? Yeah. That's for saying, remember the 90s? I think they have really good robots for that, actually. I think the cyber police would be like, hey, we can only have one remember the 90s in a cracked voice on YouTube. So vamoose, you varmint. Because they'd be sheriffs. They'd be cyber sheriffs, not the policies. Do you remember that guy? Do you remember the guy who killed the guy with the hatchet? He was the hitchhiker. My sister was a fan of him. He's like a skater. He used to say, it's the sheriff, not the policies. Because, you know, sheriff is better than police if you're like a fucking weird ass Tea Party. Oh shit, I'm getting political on YouTube again. Better watch that. Guns. Oh snap. You thought you cleared. Oh shit, it's obviously an airsoft gun. Fuck. I should have painted that orange part silver is what I should have done. Or like gunmetal. That would trick people. Then I could trick people with tricks. Actually, I was almost tricked with tricks just earlier. I was grabbing this glue, but it wasn't this glue. It was a glue pot, and my dad keeps dull coats for his models in old glue pots. So I almost attempted to do this whole maneuver without glue at all, but with just like a dull coat, and that would have been less than successful. But then I found the actual glue, and I was like, can't trick me with tricks. Not this time. Okay, I'm like tripping out. I think the slight like sway of this wall that I've created has created like an optical illusion where if you look at it from the right angle, it appears to actually be wavering. I made a trippy psychedelic wall entirely by accident. And the judges, yeah, it's either that or I'm like my anxiety that it's just gonna fall over is manifesting as a visualization of this thing just like leaning over, careening over. Hope for the best though. Hopefully it just like stays. Hopefully it just stays. So there we have it. That is a little wall. Look at that little wall, and there's a little brick knocked out of place, and it's like, it works. It's done. That's what I was working on. Okay. So if I can, and maybe I want to do this at the same time, just so I can like keep an eye on the progress of that glue drawing in case it like falls over. But let's try and put some of these dudes on. Should probably be putting on music. Normally I'd be putting on music for this, but I don't know. This is just a test run. Put some on. I'll be playing YouTube while I'm on YouTube. Just try and make sure it's not too loud, I guess. Oh, I've got a new subscriber named Mech Mermaid. This sounds like some old handle. I'm pretty sure I only know Burmaid. Inception with YouTube. Is that what we're saying? Ooh, we can have some nice New World Symphony that I was listening to. Oh yeah. Get real classy up in here. Okay, first up, we gotta place a sniper. Sniper's up against the wall. Ish. Good enough for him, I guess. Good enough for government work. Oh, there's a great new video on YouTube. That is my boy, Ahoy, who I mentioned in his other video today, Nuclear Fruit, just earlier. I'm talking about Hunt the Wumpus, but he has a more recent one about Secret of Monkey Island that is fascinating. Very good. And he also talks about all sorts of adventure games, including Grim Fandango, which I was just quoting there when I said good enough for government work in a specific voice. Do you think that like people didn't see this live, so not us, are gonna like find this later and be like, classic original Tom Lando before he really found his footing and whatnot? And like they're gonna go back and be like, oh yeah, that's sick Grim Fandango reference. I caught it. I appreciate that you caught it, fan from the future. I should bank on that. I should bank on having fans. Should bank on people. Can't depend on them. I don't know. I used to think that trusting people was like a matter of being able to depend on them, but now I think trust is more an issue of expectation. Like, do you expect somebody to do something or not? Because realistically, people are not very dependable. Fuck damn people. Okay, so good news is this dude is gluing like a champ. So I guess on the plus side, this should be a lot easier than the wall to do the rest of these guys. Though one thing I'm going to do, not on camera, though that could be pretty disastrously funny, is I'm going to turn this upside down because some of this loose terrain is just got to go, and then I've got to replace it because it's not fastened right. Gluing like a fox, yeah. Man, I feel bad. I don't know when it happened, but this guy lost some of the barrel of his gun. Like this guy's got a little bit more of a barrel. It's like, dang it. Dangus Mangus. Okay, what we got next? Ah, my boy Dangus. Don't call it a comeback, but he will come back. Man, if I have fans, they're gonna see my shitty iced tea that was basically stolen from John Mulaney. That's the real trouble of being a comedian who appreciates other comedians very much and memorizes their stuff, is that you very quickly find that you're accidentally biting someone else's act from time to time. I feel like you actually witnessed one of those moments of shame when I did an improv show once. You who are watching, the one viewer that I currently have. By the way, nice music. Nice, tasteful music, right? Okay, this is interesting. This guy is not settling the way that I expected. Unless, maybe I'm not doing it right. Yeah, that we got it. Yeah, I was. Okay, I can deal with that. The glue is kind of melting the paint around these places where I'm fastening these guys, which is resulting in a familiar conundrum of having dudes that appear to be standing on weird, like, void spaces that were made for their feet because there is, like, ground beneath them, but then it suddenly turns white on their feet where the thing melts. You hear birds. Yeah, the birds have been going crazy. I went to bed at some stupid time, like 4:30 in the morning, because I was playing Alien Swarm Reactive Drop, a new, oh, no, not new. It's just I started playing it. It's like a free Steam game that's multiplayer, and I started playing it. I didn't even play the multiplayer, but I started playing it. I got a bit hooked, a little bit hooked. I just enjoyed it, and I played a bunch, and it was fun. And yeah, then when I went to bed, it was crazy birds of all kinds. It was pretty nice, actually. A rainy day yesterday. My parents are up at the cottage, actually. Then I'm going to get YouTube stalker fans who are going to home invade me when they know my parents aren't around. I'm just a poor boy. I'll see if my knife will cut. Okay. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Oh, man. They wouldn't have to if they just legalized glue. You know, the war on glue, the failure of a... Oh, okay. Interesting. This would be... Ah! One dude just fell into another dude. Whoops. Sorry, Sarge! Having a lot of trouble placing this call. Oh, God. Real trouble with this guy. And I know because he's the only one who is balanced such that he will not stand freely by himself. So I actually... This glue needs to harden before I let go of this guy. Euthanize it! Euthanize me! Oh, man. That'd be cool. Get put to sleep. Sleep all the fucking time. Ugh! in the nonsense world of Tom Lando, in the necro-supremacist world dimension, where things work the way I think they do. The whole of society just works on a hierarchy of like, yo, you euthanize me, I'll euthanize you. Euthanize a lot of people gonna respect you. You're gonna get a nice euthanasia. Is this political or is this just like mad fantasy talk now? Oh shit, it's my dad's birthday. I gotta buy Masters of Orion. I keep forgetting that while I'm moving around doing my thing. At least this guy's started to glue now. Yeah, so I was watching The Trip the other day, and they were in the car, and the two actors, and they were like, whatever, and I recognized it. I knew what song they were doing. I'm like, oh shit, that's New World Symphony, which I'd been listening to a lot lately, so I'm a big fan. Oh, fuck! Okay, this is good. I'm just gonna have to hold this. Just gonna have to hold this as it is. Ooh, doggy bark! The doggy bark out there. So, seems that first boot that glued so good was a bit of a misfire. The others are not quite as helpful. But this reminds me of an important thing from the Tao Te Ching. An important thing from the Tao Te Ching. I should make a fucking intro to that and everything. An important thing from the Tao Te Ching. I gotta figure out where it is. If it's something like 69, that's gonna be stupid funny. No, it's not 69. It's probably something like 63 or something. I'm gonna get it. Yeah. Okay. This is gonna be a whack translation, but it is the way of the Tao to act without thinking of acting, to conduct affairs without feeling the trouble of them, to taste without discerning any flavor, to consider what is small as great and a few as many, and to recompense injury with kindness. Here's the big one. The master of it anticipates things that are difficult while they are easy, and does things that would become great while they are small. All difficult things in the world are sure to arise from a previous state in which they were easy, and all great things from one in which they were small. Therefore, the sage, while he never does what is great, is able on that account to accomplish the greatest things. He who lightly promises is sure to keep but little faith. He who is continually thinking things easy is sure to find them difficult. Therefore, the sage sees difficulty even in what seems easy, and so never has any difficulties. So, you see, if I had not let my guard down because of these boots, and I had assumed that the rest of the models would be as difficult as the wall to glue down, I would have experienced more ease because I wouldn't be struggling. I'd just be like, oh, I'm ready for this. Gotta I don't know. I think about that all the time. 63 is also a good number. That'd be funny if it was 69. Oh yeah, I memorized this good part of this good thing in the Tao Te Ching. Good thing in the Tao Te Ching. By the way, I gotta get that whole intro outro going. And then yeah, it just turns out, oh yeah, by the way, I memorized chapter 69. That was the fun. That was the thing. That was the actual thing. Okay. Yeah, this one's real dirty. This one's a real dirty dog. Oh shit. The amount of grit on the plastic will actually have a huge say in whether this sticks or not. But I think we're doing all right. It's still not the best job I've ever done, but it's an improvement. The thing that was previously happening was because I would do the terrain after the models, I'd be sprinkling it down and the models would like shield the part of the ground around them. And so they'd get what you call halos, these little spots around them, almost like they were selected in RTSs where there's just no ground around their feet. There's like, it's just flat. And there's sort of a bit of that still happening because I made these spots a bit wide. But hopefully I'll be able to get in a bit more dust and gravel there. And then we'll be good to go. And I think that may do it for today's stream because I think the only thing left to do is to take this downstairs where it will await the next step when I turn it upside down to test its structural integrity and then do some finishing touches with the terrain. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I think it looks good on here. And you know, it's cool if you I should give you the angle from where I was doing it actually. If you if you are doing this kit at home, then you should find that the box art looks quite a bit like this. Alrighty. Take care, y'all. Thanks for seeing my first stream.